Aloha and mahalo everyone. I have returned once again with another crazy story. Oh, you're gonna love this one. The only thing is, when you get fresh stories out of the news or on the internet about someone that vanished mysteriously, it's a fresh case. So that means there's not going to be too much information about what happened to the person. They just give you general information about the person himself. Where he was last seen, you know, his name, his age, weight, height, all that stuff. So that's pretty much all the information you can get from a fresh case that just recently happened. This case actually took place last month on the 17th of June, I believe. Let me see. Let me make sure. That is what it said, though. Oh man, hold on. 1 second, guys. Yeah, what's up, bud?
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
Not much. I was actually in the middle of making a video for my channel. Can I call you back?
Yeah.
All right. I'll call you back as soon as I'm finished. All right, bye. Yeah, that was my best friend, my bud. Yeah, okay. Getting back to what I was saying. Oh, June 25th, I'm sorry. June 25th of 2017. But yeah, this is, like I said, it's a fresh case. And it's a pretty decent looking brother, you know, nice looking suit he got on. He was around 43 years old. But yeah, this is, like I said, a fresh case. This happened in, Capitol Hill. And Capitol Hill is actually somewhere in Seattle, Washington. The Seattle, Washington area. And like I said, there wasn't too much information. This is just a preliminary outlook on what happened to him, where he was last, and whoever seen him and all that stuff. So basically, it says here that the Seattle Police Department is asking for the local public's assistance in locating missing 43-year-old David Dancause. It's spelled, you know, like because, but it's C-A-U-S-E. So I don't know if it's Cause or Cause. So I hope I didn't butcher that name, but I know I probably did. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. I want to make sure the sound is right here. Sorry about that, guys. I had to make sure the sound was just right. I tried to, you know, check the sound before I started the video, but you know, I forgot to turn the TV down. Okay, now getting back to what I was saying, I'll just read the whole thing over. Okay, the Seattle Police Department is asking for the local public's assistance in locating missing 43-year-old David Dancause, or Cause, I think it's Cause though. But anyway, out of the Seattle, Washington area. David was last seen leaving his apartment at 6:15 a.m. in the Capitol Hill neighborhood of Seattle on the morning of Sunday, June 25th, 2017. He left his wallet, car, and most of his keys behind and has no drug abuse or mental health issues. Okay, now this is where my mysterious evidence expertise comes in, because he left all that stuff behind, including his car. So obviously he had planned to basically walk away, because they said he was only carrying a messenger bag at that time. Now it says here, David was last seen wearing a black t-shirt, jeans, and tennis shoes, and was carrying a black messenger bag. Now, other than that, that's really the only information that they have. So if anybody has any information in regards to David's whereabouts, you are being asked to contact 911 or the Seattle Police Department at 206-625-5011 or 206-233-2016. That's 2016 immediately. Okay, now another set of information that was given to the media from his brother-in-law, whose name is Jeff Gerstbrian, It says, my brother-in-law and a longtime resident of Capitol Hill has not been seen since the morning of Sunday, June 25th. Last sighting was on Capitol Hill near E Union Street and Minor Avenue. It's out of character for him to miss work. Keys, wallet, phone, and car all left behind. He never goes off the grid. All information is on the flyer below. Please contact Seattle PD if you know anything. Please share this to get it in front of as many people as possible and help us find David. Thanks. Okay, now that was basically what his brother-in-law said. Now, as far as the other information that would help anybody who may have seen him or know about his whereabouts. His full name is David Mark Dancause, or Dancause. I'm still, I think it's Cause. I'm still kind of leery on that name. I don't want to butcher it, but you know, what can I say? I'm only human. But anyway, oh shoot, my shirt is on backwards. Oh my gosh, you know what that means? That always means like, well, I don't want to say what that means, but I'm gonna see if I can do this without having to take my shirt off. Oh boy, I cannot believe I actually put this stuff on backwards because I was kind of rushing at the time when I did this. Okay, because I didn't have the Michael Jordan emblem, you know, on the front side. Jeez. Okay, now I said right here, missing from Seattle, Washington. Date missing 6/25/2017. Age 43. Sex male. Height 5 feet 6 inches. Weight 160 pounds. Build medium. Eyes brown. Hair dark brown. Race Caucasian. And this is basically just a repeat. Last seen on the morning of Sunday, June 25th, in the area of E Union Street and Minor Avenue on Capitol Hill, wearing a black t-shirt, blue jeans, sneakers, and carrying a black messenger bag. Now, I gave you all the other information about this before, so yeah, this is like pretty short story about him. So I just wanted to make sure I got that information out there, because you know, I don't really want to just do mysterious disappearances. I mean, that is the main focus of my channel, but at the same time, I want to also help other people find their loved ones as well who seem to disappear without a trace. Now, judging on the fact that he left all his belongings behind, he may have had some dealings going on inside his mind, and he may have had some trouble going on. I'm not saying he was he was in trouble, but he might have been troubled in a way, probably depressed about something, because people who are depressed do not let you know what's going on. They keep that to themselves. They keep quiet about all this, and they're very good at hiding it. I've met at least 1 to 2 people in my life who were depressed to the point where they were ready to end their life, and you never even knew that they had a problem. One guy that I actually worked with, the next day I saw him like maybe a week before, and before the week was out, I found out that he was found dead in his apartment with a single gunshot wound to the head. And he was actually thinking about coming to work that day because they say he had his work clothes on and his badge was around his neck. And he ended his life. He left behind a girlfriend and a daughter. But you know, he obviously had some issues going on inside his mind. He was depressed. And the same thing with Jet Jackson, the Disney TV star who played the secret agent. And he, after that, he played on a lawyer show on USA. They say he was found dead with a single gunshot wound to his head too, in his California home. And everybody who worked with him loved him. He was a very well loved person, but he obviously had some issues going on inside his mind. He was obviously depressed or something like that. Who knows? He took the real truth with him, you know. And he was a very good actor, you know. He even played on Smallville as Cyborg. So he's done a lot of acting since he started out as a Disney TV star. So I'm hoping and praying that he doesn't have that kind of issue going on inside his mind, because it just kind of looks like that because of the fact that he was carrying a messenger bag, which means he probably had some of his belongings in it, but yet he left all the important stuff behind, like identification and his car. So the best way for him to get away is to disappear without taking his car with him and his identification keys and all that stuff. So however he was able to get away, we don't know. They don't know. He could have taken the bus, but they would have been able to find some type of evidence to indicate that he did get on the bus. So whatever he did to disappear, I don't know what he did, but hopefully he will be found. Excuse me, but so, like I said, this just happened. And then there's also another case that I wanted to talk about too. And this is a very short one. This is about a very young man who went missing, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Let me just go to it real quick. And this is pretty short too. Now there is no information on him just yet, as of yet, on the internet. This is only some information that I saw on Facebook. And it says here, I have been really hesitant to write this on Facebook. We are just really getting worried, and it's hard not knowing as a parent if your child is okay. David Sorrell and I have not heard from our son Charlie Sorrell in 59 days. His phone is shut off. If someone knows if he is okay, could you please let us know, or let one of us know. The picture below is the last time I saw him. Now this right here is the photo of this young man. Hold on one second. This is him right here. So if anybody has seen this young man, and if you know the people who I had mentioned on this video, you can contact them and let them know that you may have seen glimpses of him or seen him walking down the street or whatever the case may be. It doesn't give too much information about him or his whereabouts. They just say he just went missing, and that's all they knew, or all they know, that he just went missing. Like I said, his name is Charlie Sorrell, and that's the only information they have about him, because this is obviously a fresh case. It doesn't say what date or anything. It just has information that they had on their phone, that they put on their Facebook page. Okay, so yeah, that is basically it on that information dealing with these people that disappeared. There was a couple of other stories too, but I'll save that for another day. You know, they actually have a missing kids app on like for the Android, where you can go to Google and download it from there. Now, for people that have an iPhone, they actually do have an app where you can actually keep up with disappearances of young children. And I think I downloaded it. I'm not sure. Let me see. No, I didn't download it. I think I did it first, but I got rid of it. But yeah, there is a app for that. I actually didn't know that. One of my viewers sent me the information, and I looked into it. I did not know that they had that kind of app on there. I would imagine they have all these other like flyers that they have, you know, in stores like Walmart and everything, where they have all these pictures of missing children. I would imagine they would have an app which would make it easy for people to keep up with people or children that disappear. So that's a good thing. I need to go ahead on and download that app, you know, whenever I get the chance. Boy, anyway, okay, so yeah, that was pretty much it on that. There's still a couple more stories that I want to get into, but I'm pressed for time right now because I have to be to work by 6:30, even though I got time. Another viewer of mine sent me some information about somebody else who went missing and was found in Greece inside of a well. I could probably go into that real quick. Okay, let's see here. Let me go to this one. Okay, this one, it says here, body of British student missing for 11 years, found at bottom of well in Crete or Crete. I'm not sure how that's spelled. This is a town in Greece. It's spelled C-R-E-T-E. So I don't know. I'm trying to make sure I get the pronunciation right. So I'm sorry if I butchered it. Okay. Basically, it's just some small preliminary information about what happened. It says here, human remains found in a well in Crete belonging to a British student who went missing more than 11 years ago, police have confirmed. Steve Cook, 20 years old, disappeared while holidaying in Malaya with school friends in the Greek resort in September of 2005. The Liverpool FC fan, originally from Sandbach, Cheshire, was last seen in a bar asking for directions to his hotel, but he walked off in the wrong direction. Okay, this is the part that weirds me out about this, because I read this earlier. You ask for directions to your hotel. You get the directions. When you get outside, you walk in the opposite direction. That makes no sense to me whatsoever, unless this happens. See, this happens with a lot of people who disappear after they come from a bar. Now, in this case right here, it says that, let me go back to that part. It says that he was seen in a bar, and he's 20 years old. Okay, he's obviously a college student. Okay, this is the same thing that happens to all of the college kids that David Paulides talked about in his book, in Sobering Coincidence. And in every single case, one of these college boys are coming from a bar, and yet, if let's just say that he's with a group, for some reason they want to veer off from the group and go their separate ways so they can go home. He didn't say that he was feeling sick. He didn't say he was feeling tired. He just wanted some direction to get back to his hotel. But then when he gets the directions, he goes in the opposite direction and he disappears. And he's found in Greece, okay, in the bottom of a well. And they find his remains 11 years later. Now, what in the world could have made him go in the opposite direction if he already had the direction to go to his hotel? Now, in a lot of these cases, they're all the same. They come from a bar. They're either drinking or whatever the case may be. They get tired, they get sick, and they want to go home. That wasn't the case with him. He just got the directions and went in the opposite direction and disappears. And that happens with every single case. Except for most of these people are found near or in a body of water. Now, I'm not going to say that the well was, it said right here, I don't know if they drained the well or if the well dried up. It had dried up and he was found in the bottom of that well. I don't know if he obviously was thrown down there, or he may have been staggering from being too tipsy and he probably was leaning. But still, for someone to be in a well or be near a well, you would have to literally climb on top of the rim of the well and then just fall in deliberately. Now, for him to get down in there, he would have to have been lifted up by his feet so he could fall in without his consent. Okay, so this whole thing just seems strange to me, because he literally just vanished without a trace, and 11 years later he's found at the bottom of a well in Crete, Greece. So the question is, what happened to him? Why did he go in the opposite direction? Now, it's the same thing with all the other people who disappear after coming from a bar. They're supposed to be going home after they tell their friends, I'm gonna walk home, and so they see them walking off. So somewhere between point A and point B, they don't make it back to their home or to their hotel or their dorm. Somehow they end up hundreds of miles away from where they were supposed to be in a body of water, face down, half naked. Now with him, he was supposed to be going in the direction of his hotel after he got the directions, but he goes in the opposite direction, and next thing you know, 11 years later, he's found dead. So what could have happened? Why did he go in the opposite direction? Did he see something that made him go in the opposite direction that he was trying to get away from? Or did he see someone? I don't know, because something had to put him in that well and keep him hidden for 11 years. Now, I would think, if this is a well out in the public, if you're passing by that well, you're going to be smelling some horrid scent coming from that well. You're going to be smelling the rotting corpse. But they didn't smell that. Obviously, if he was that missing for 11 years, how that was able to happen, I don't know. Because I don't care how deep that well was, that scent is going to rise up out of that well, and it's going to permeate throughout the entire area. And it's going to get up everybody's nose. They're going to smell it, and they're going to follow it. Where's that smell coming from? And they look down the well, bam, there he is. So for him to be hidden that long without anyone even knowing is news to me. That blows my mind. That's why I wanted to read this, because it's a crazy story. I never did get a chance to read it, but I read a little bit of it, but I didn't think about it the way I'm thinking about it now. It makes no sense for you to get directions to your hotel and you got the directions, but you still go in the opposite direction. So obviously, maybe, I'm just saying, maybe, he saw something that scared him so much that he had to run in the opposite direction. Okay? And after that, he's running and he's running and he's running. Whatever it was probably caught up with him and grabbed him by his feet and made him fall into the well. And this was obviously at night, so he obviously wasn't seen by anybody, which is what always happens. They're never seen by anybody. They always do when they know ain't nobody around, and they don't never hear you scream. How that was possible, I don't know, because you would hear someone scream and you say, "Oh, please don't!" Ah! Boom. Somebody would have heard that, but they didn't. So my question is, it wasn't a who that did it. It was a what. And I'm going to keep saying it because a human is always going to leave some evidence behind, especially if you were the one that killed someone. It's going to be some hair samples that fell out of your scalp. It's going to be some fabric that may have been torn from your pants or whatever. Maybe there was a struggle and a piece of your skin got ripped off and maybe under the nails, but if they found his remains, who knows? Or maybe his shirt got ripped in a tussle. Who knows? But the fact still remains is that he was missing for 11 years in a well. And we're talking about a rotting corpse here, people. Was there water in that well? I don't know. Maybe that was what kept him from being found, because the water probably diluted the scent to where it didn't smell as bad. I don't know. Or maybe the well was covered up. Don't know that either. All I know is he was in that well for 11 years and nobody even knew it. They didn't smell anything. They didn't smell a rotting corpse or anything. You would think you would smell something, right? Because, I mean, if you walk past the area where there's nothing but grass and you don't see anything, all of a sudden that scent hits you in your nose. It's a dead animal, like a dead deer on the side of the road, but you still don't see it because it's covered up by grass. He was covered up by an entire well that probably was like maybe maybe 50 feet deep. It couldn't have been that deep for him not to be noticed, or at least the scent of his rotting corpse not to be noticed. That makes no sense to me. Somebody had to have smelt that. But they didn't, obviously. Now, whatever these beings are, they are capable of doing a lot of things to keep themselves hidden, or to keep themselves from being found out about. They can cancel out noise so that you can't hear them scream. They can obviously keep the scent of a rotting corpse from being noticed by other people. You could be in a bar surrounded by hundreds of people that you don't even know, and they still don't even realize that you was even in the darn bar. Your friends didn't even know where you were. They said that we came in together, but we couldn't find him. We don't know where he went, which makes no sense to me. You in the bar with a bunch of people, but nobody saw you leave. Nobody saw you while they was in the club. You know, when you go to a club or you go to a bar, everybody goes their separate ways to meet women, get numbers, drink, have fun. Y'all all going off doing your own thing. And then somewhere during the night, you probably call each other on the phone, and you text each other saying, "We getting ready to leave. Come on, let's go." But you never found him. Just like the Bo Solomon case. They say the same exact thing that all the other people say. We never saw him leave because we were looking for him. We couldn't find him. That's what they said. Now, given the fact that Bo Solomon, who was a foreign exchange student in Italy, he was coming from a bar. He was found 2.5 miles away from the bar in the Tiber River, underneath a bridge, where he had a massive head trauma to his head. And because they knew that because he had blood all on his shirt. And they blamed it on a homeless man, who they blamed because previously, a year before, he got into a fight with somebody else. I don't know if that man was killed, but he did get in a fight with somebody. I don't know, maybe he was, messing with him, acting like he was going to give him some money, but he never did, and he got mad, and he probably tried to beat him up. The man weighed probably like $105. He was real skinny. So, not saying that he still wouldn't be strong, but I would think that if you're not eating enough, you don't have enough energy to fight anybody, but you did, obviously. I don't know if you won, but you fought somebody. And you obviously had enough energy to fight this man and kill him, if that's the case. But let's think about this. Like I said, in all the cases dealing with David Paulides, everything that I just mentioned about Bo Solomon, even though they said that the killer was a homeless man, the characteristics of what happened to him from point A to point B matches up with all of the cases dealing with the missing 411 cases. He's at a bar with people from his college. Nobody saw him leave, and they were there in the club with him. They never saw him leave. They couldn't find him. So somehow he got out of the club without them knowing. Maybe he went outside to get some fresh air, because you know, when you're in that room full of a bunch of people, their body heat and the scent of their sweat and all kinds of stuff builds up, and you start getting all hot and sweaty. You want to go outside and get some fresh air. I know I had to do that when I be going to the club with my friends, you know, but you got to pay to get back in. But still, nobody saw you leave the club. Nobody saw you that whole night. Even the CCTV cameras didn't pick him up, apparently, because they didn't never talk about the CCTV cameras. I think they did probably, but they never. They probably used that in the case. I don't know, but all I know is he was never found until. Well, I'm saying he was never found. He was found, but he was found dead in the Tiber River, face down. They didn't mention the nature of his clothes. They said he had on a shirt. I think they said he was fully clothed. I'm not sure. I would have to read that story again. But all I know is they said he was found. He had like blood all on his shirt. You know, which came from massive head trauma. Now we're talking about the Tiber River. The side, like the side of the river, like from, because the river runs through an area where these homeless people live. So this is like concrete that leads right into the river. So he probably hit his head on that part, and that's how he ended up in the river and died. He probably lost his footing and slipped when he got into that fight with that homeless dude, and he fell into the river. Probably hit his head on the bottom floor of this river, or probably hit his head on the side of this platform where the river is. I don't know, but still, he was found dead, and saying that the homeless man was the one that killed him. I really don't believe that, because how is it that you can still find a killer, but yet all of the evidence leading up to his death matches up with all of the other cases dealing with the missing 411 cases in David Paulides? He's coming from a bar just like all the other college kids. He's found, he somehow traveled 2.5 miles away. Now, if he was found dead, that means somebody must have killed him along the way. He was drinking, so he staggered 2.5 miles all the way to Tiber River. How would you even walk that far? He wasn't dragged that far, because that would have been a lot of work. So he staggered 2.5 miles all the way to Tiber River underneath that bridge, and somehow got in a fight with a homeless man. He probably was asking him for some money. He said, "I ain't got no money." And then all of a sudden he gets mad because he didn't want to help him out, and he get in a fight. I'm just saying that's what they were basically saying. They got in a fight and he met a tragic end. But still, I don't believe it, because I'm not saying that it's not true, but it's just weird that the evidence matches up with all the other cases dealing with David Paulides' books. Yet they found a killer. This never happens in David Paulides' books. You know, you hear about the first part, but at the end, they just found dead without a cause of death near a body of water. Now, he was found in a body of water just like all the other men from college that was found dead. The only problem was it showed that he had massive head trauma, and he was bleeding hard from his head. With the other people, none of that. They were just found dead without a cause of death, and their body was dry, bone dry, and the socks were clean, like as if they were just placed there. So it's just weird to even believe that it has something that homeless man has something to do with it. Yet you got all this weird evidence that surround his death from the time he left the bar up until he was found dead. I think a day or two later. I'm just saying. So, man, this is just one crazy thing going on with these people disappearing in national parks. I hate the fact that they are. And I wish that the Park Service would man up and tell everybody what's really going on, because they know what's going on. They know what's killing these people. But they just don't want the tourists to stop coming to their parks, because too much money goes into these monuments. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about all that. People are disappearing in your parks, yet you don't want to tell nobody what's really going on. I don't care how weird and how mysterious the evidence may seem. I want to know, because I may shock you and figure it out. What could be taking these people or killing them, okay? But they still ain't gonna say nothing, you know, because they are the ones that hold the keys to the truth. You know, we already know the truth, but we act like we need clarification from the National Park Service or the government to say, oh yeah, well, it is real. They ain't gonna never say that, but we still know. I'm just saying. So, But anyway, guys, that is my time today on these stories. I still got more coming. And if I get any more information about these other people, about these first cases, I will definitely let you guys know. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on with these cases. And I will get that with you guys ASAP. But for right now, I gotta go. But first, like I said in my last video, I am going on vacation in 2 more weeks on the 21st. Now, I might take my laptop with me and post a couple more videos on these missing people. I may even find some cases where I'm going to see if they match up with some of the cases dealing with missing 411 books. But if not, I will see you guys when I get back. Okay, and I'm gonna miss you guys because I love doing what I'm doing. So I will try to make the best effort as possible to actually post a video while I'm on vacation. I probably might not do it. I'm not sure. I gotta see, but it's anybody's guess of what I'm gonna do. So I'll keep you guys posted on what I may do. I may shoot a video the night before I leave to go out of town, and I'll let you guys know what's going on. It may be a short video, maybe a long video, I'm not sure. But in any case, I will do my best to do what I have to do either before or during my vacation. I may not post too many. I may post one video for that entire week. I don't know yet. I may still try to do one for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or while I'm on vacation. But push come to shove, who knows? Like I said, it's not decided what I'm gonna do. So. But anyway, I got to go, guys, because it's getting late. It's already 5:07. I got to be out of here by 5:30. So I only got 30 minutes to do what I got to do, which I already got everything set. I got my food. I took my shower, so I'm just ready. I'm ready to roll out. So, you know how I do it, people. You know how I do it. Aloha, mahalo, and ahuiho, shaka. Peace out, guys. Aloha, and ahuiho.